tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
There we go. Danny said it well. What is up, AfterBuzz TV Nation, Bachelor Nation? We are your one-stop, one destination. We are the true after show. We're AfterBuzz TV, and we're here talking about The Bachelorette, Season 11, Episode number 1. Awesome. I'm your resident kitty wrangler, or host, JC Rubio.
Kitty wrangler?
Yes, because tonight we've got a herd of cats.
Kitties and kids or cats? I just wanted to clarify.
Meow.
Kitties.
Meow.
They're kid cats.
Kit Kats.
Kitty cat.
It's a kid cat.
Kit Kat.
We're not even a minute in and we've lost the rails. Ladies and gentlemen, let us introduce our wonderful panel of hosts, starting with the lovely lady across the table.
Hi, I'm Cathy Kelley.
Where can we find you, Cathy Kelley?
Whose show is going on? Yeah, we have it like in the background. JC, oh my gosh!
I didn't do it.
This one was the pocket square.
I didn't do it.
We have some people we have to shout out though.
Yeah, I said I would give you Rebecca Torres from El Salvador.
And Miss Bedamos, who is up at 2 a.m. watching.
But it's Badmos.
Oh, I love her. Fantastic. Oh, hey, what's up?
She's in like Belize.
Hey, but no show would be complete. Come on, Danny. We've only got an hour.
My name is Daniel Jacob Hoyt. I'm so excited to be back here. I've been so looking forward to this.
I can feel it. It's pumping, the energy. But no show would be complete with it. We'll get into it in a second, Kathy. Our very, very special guest tonight. We don't have one, but we have two AfterBuzz Nation. We have two special guests. The lovely lady to my left, Miss Lucy Aragon. Hello. How are you, darling?
I'm good, thank you.
And folks, if you're not watching, you should, because our two women here look amazing, gorgeous. But wait. There's more pretty in the studio tonight. Oh, wait, yes. Danny,
with nothing in his teeth.
Introduce your boy.
Guys, so let's talk about all the people that got out of the limo tonight. Here we go. Oh, just kidding. The man, the myth, the legend, who is a California resident now, and we're very excited about this. Mr. Brooks Forrester.
Hello. I'm glad you didn't go middle name, because you went middle name on yours. I was thinking.
I did. My mom likes it. I do it for my mom. What is your middle name?
You'll never know.
Please tell me something that starts with an S. Does it start with an S?
What are you thinking it is?
Scott. Steven.
I knew it started with an S.
Sebastian. Does it really start with an S?
Starts with an A. It's
Alan.
Alan? Is it really?
Yeah.
Brooks Allen Forrester, everybody. There we go. Okay.
Sorry, Mom.
All right, but we've got one person. We got to introduce the most important person of all.
Who?
Alexis. Hello. Running the ones and twos. What's going on, Alexis?
Thanks. Everything's going great because you guys are all amazing and beautiful and awesome.
Good lighting. All right, and of course, our fans. The chat roll has exploded. We've got Misha C, Rotor 13. We've got
what up?
Joseph Boza. Hello, everyone. Chime in. We've got a lot to talk about because a lot went down tonight.
Yeah.
Thoughts. Overall thoughts.
A lot went down, but the most exciting part that we want to see is tomorrow, so that kind of sucks.
Do you feel cheated? I mean, do you guys...
Completely.
Because we were waiting. First, I think we're pulling up a beautiful picture of both girls.
Oh, good. I'm already sitting on the right side of the table. Hello. How are you?
Oh, wow. You've already made your pick.
I think we were very obviously Team Caitlyn last season.
I was hashtag Team Caitlyn. Even in the off season, I posted about her.
I was very surprised at tonight. I thought that they would edit it one way or another so that fans would get behind one of the girls.
Okay, all right, and you weren't down?
No, it just seemed like they both brought a lot to the table. Like,
okay.
I wasn't really sure.
We got to see more about one contestant that, like you said, that we didn't think we would have that much of a love for.
I liked Britt a lot more in this than I did on Chris's season. So.
Well, let's talk to our Bachelor experts. They've been through this whole process.
Yeah, fill us in.
Yeah, thoughts? What do you guys think about the Open?
Don't look at me.
Yeah, well, I thought Britt did a really good job of like engaging with the guys as they came out of the limo, and so I think some could perceive that as like her being fake. I hear a lot of people say that about Britt. I didn't take it that way tonight, and I thought she did a great job.
Because much is to be said with, let's say, editing and things what we as fans get to see. I mean, you've been through it, Lucy. I mean, what did you get out of this? Are you a team Britt, team Caitlyn? Are you a team both? Are you just team Lucy?
Gosh.
What's going on?
Well, I know Caitlyn, and Caitlyn is my friend, so obviously I have to say team Caitlyn, but I wasn't expecting to like Britt as much as I did in this episode. I was like, she's so beautiful. I had a hard time taking my eyes off of her. Like, it was so stunning.
She looked ethereal.
I'll echo that sentiment too. Like, I wasn't expecting to like her as much as I did this episode. I have nothing against her, but I was just kind of like, I didn't hate her. I wasn't mad at her.
She was the villain, though, I feel like, coming into this.
Do you think they played her to be the villain, though, tonight?
They didn't do any of that.
They like to edit you just how they want you to be edited, but...
last season, I feel like we saw her and everyone was saying, oh, she's like disingenuous. And then when Chris Harrison was introducing the two bachelorettes, he's like, oh, and Britt, she's sweet, she's genuine, everyone knows this. Like, so they're giving her a little bit different of an edit this season.
Yeah, it was an interesting open, I will say, to the least, because we have so much to talk about, and I want
to go on a comment on the heels of that. It's interesting. It seems like, to me, when I heard that, or hearing it from you, even more concrete, just my opinion of Chris trying to sway maybe public opinion about Britt. Yeah. Because if there is one attitude that the general public has, if Chris then says something in the contrary, he can then try to sway those people and kind of move the needle towards Britt's. So him saying that is very interesting to me. So I bet you, I mean, they're smart. They know where people stand, their fan base. So I think they're like, we need to push it more towards Britt because Caitlyn is currently winning the race. That's what that says to me.
There's a respect that, when Chris Harrison says something, as we learned later on tonight with someone that got booted off. You notice when Chris pulled that person to the side, everyone's like, Chris Harrison's talking.
Yeah, he's sobered up real quick.
Yeah. Chris Harrison.
I almost said that myself.
God, I wish they would have brought Chris Harrison in. I would have lost my mind. That would have been awesome.
They may play that at the end or something. You know them. They're always up to something.
Caitlyn's actually 14 years old.
Okay.
That's the Chris Hansen show. It's To Catch a Predator.
I'm giving you a hard time. It's late, so let's get into it.
You didn't know that.
What's that?
Did you?
I did. I love Dateline, but this is The Bachelorette.
Okay.
I love Chris Hansen. He even got busted. We'll get into that another time. So let's get into the limo rides. Because we've got a lot of people to talk about it, and Alexis is going to be really busy on the computer. So let's start off with the very first person, Ben H. Ben H was...
I don't remember anyone.
I know, that's it. Awkward pause.
Oh, yeah, he was really cute.
Yeah, he was normal.
Software salesman from Denver. He's 26 years old. He hugged Britt, but did not hug Caitlyn. Lucy mentioned that while we were watching.
Copious notes, Danny.
Yes.
Hey, they sponsored children together. He said that right off the bat. He tried to find common ground. I'll give him that. And he went for the heartstring common ground. He didn't go for funny. He went for I'm going to find an emotional place to chill and hang out with you.
And he's got a little. He wants to be Batman.
He was for Britt from the beginning.
He definitely seemed for Britt, but wasn't he one of the ones that ended up going Team Caitlyn?
I don't remember what happened at the end.
We'll get along with the notes. He was the one
that was really surprising to me.
No. Was it him?
Yeah, I think it was him.
He's the one who told everybody that he lost his words with Britt and he wasn't expecting to.
But then at the very end of the night, he went Team Caitlyn.
Dang.
I
think he said I was 50-50. Yes, no?
I'm looking at the chat roll. I'm looking at the chat roll. Maybe they'll pay. They've paid attention as well. They'll catch what we miss.
I also think it's interesting is he went to the same kind of, he sponsored a child. He went to that twice. So he came out of the limo, and then we saw that again in his private conversation. So I hope that doesn't fall flat, where he's like, well, it's all I had to talk about was build on common ground, and that's all I have.
That's it. Okay, well, we'll find out, because I think he's pretty sick. I mean, they're going to cut it down to 19 tomorrow night.
I was kind of wondering, it's very weird that we don't see a first impression rose this season.
Well, we still have tomorrow night's episode.
Yeah, it's true.
See, we still don't know. They're still going to pick out which of the bachelorettes is actually going to compete.
Yeah.
So we still have a lot of show.
Can I ask you guys a question real quick? Do you think there's a twist we don't know about tomorrow night, possibly?
I think the only twist that there could be is that whoever doesn't get picked, Chris Harrison will come out and say, any of you who were here for her, if you want to go, you can go now.
Shoot, that's super awkward. But I think that we need that because we were wondering during the show, what about the people that were there for Britt? Let's say it's hypothetically Caitlyn. The people that were there for Britt, do they just stay and pretend like
they want screen time?
They can't do that.
Let's flash back.
But they will.
The whole thing about this show is you're supposed to be real and genuine, and everyone gets in trouble.
So then she goes from 25 potential people to maybe like 12.
It's just like dating though. Like you can be dating two people at the same time, and then like in the short term you're like, oh well, they're so freaking hot. Like I like them more. And then in the long term, the second one has a better impression on you, and you realize that they're lasting.
We're forgetting something. This already happened 10 seasons ago.
Yeah.
With the guys with
I was just a young lad then.
Yes, I believe it was Jay and Byron Melvick. I believe those are the names, and they all stayed on. So they all went with Byron, and all 25 stayed.
And somebody in the final 2 was, believe, originally for the opposite of who they stayed for. Yeah,
absolutely. So that could.
You're going back into the vault for that. You
want to go back in time?
That was before you
Way back.
I was working on that one. So let's move on to our next contestant or batch. What do you guys like to be called? Contestants, Bachelorette, Bachelor, Searcher for Love, OK Cupid profile. What?
Well, as my dad likes to say, hey, this is my son. He was on the Bachelorettes. So I think it's all up for grabs, and we were commenting on this earlier. It's kind of funny because it's the first time that my dad's actually right now. It is called the Bachelorettes, and they're not giving that justice.
He goes with Bachelorette over Bachelor in Paradise.
Say again.
He goes for Bachelorette instead of Bachelor in Paradise.
No, he does. I was on the Bachelorette, but he calls it the Bachelorettes.
Right.
Yeah, so I just
plural.
Yeah, so I think it's so funny because he can't even.
You're
can't
also
even
on
name
Bachelor
the show
in Paradises.
Right.
Yeah, Bachelor in Paradise. That's what I'm saying. He goes
sorry. No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He went to Mexico and searched for
My
love.
dad doesn't even know I was on that show.
It's all it's late at AFTERBUZZ. So let's move on to Jonathan. Give Alexis. Everyone's like, Jonathan.
Detroit automotive spokesperson. He's 33. He went to Britt first. He kissed her hand. He barely said hi to Caitlyn. I like this. Where is the picture? Was it already up? Did I miss it?
He's coming up.
Alexis is the best. I think this guy's funny. He was entertaining and not in like a tried to be funny way. I think he's just he seemed like a cool guy with a good personality to me.
And his 5-year-old son.
He's pretty fake because he said from the get-go, if he stays for Caitlyn, he's not there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Because he came straight out and said, I'm here for Britt.
He did.
Britt took my words away. Britt, blah, 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 this, that, and the other.
Was he the one that had a kid?
He's the first of 12 dads on this season, it seems like.
Yeah,
his son Scott.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's to be said about that? Isn't he allowed to change his opinion? It's romance on steroids.
You are,
remember?
but it sounded like he had a pretty strong opinion.
Yeah. But remember, on this show, you're in that house, nowhere to go. And even our Alexis says he's cute.
Alexis is getting all horned up in the studio for him.
There he is.
AFTERBUZZ After Dark, everybody. Here we go.
So we'll see what happens. So let's move on to Clint.
Love that name. Had a professor in college by that name.
No.
Clint, 27 from Chicago. He's an architecture. What do you call it? An architect?
Yep.
Architecture.
He came out of the limo and goes, "Ladies."
He had a little Chris Jericho for me.
He reminds me of who was it? Brian that was on went to Bachelor in Paradise. They had the hair, the long hair. He wore the yellow shirt. He dated.
Yes,
Dylan. That's his name.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
a very strong jawline.
Nope.
Yeah, I see that with Dylan.
Thank you.
Thoughts on?
We didn't see a lot. He didn't get a lot of screen time tonight, so he
could be the winner.
he one of two things. So he's either gone or quickly, or
He went to Britt first.
He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah,
I feel like he's Final Four.
Brooks looks like a Kohl's model to me. Like he models for Kohl's.
Yeah.
You just said something.
model.
You just said something, Brooks, that he went to Britt first, right?
I said that. But
Okay, that's what I meant.
They kind of look like a lot of people.
He
went to
nodded
Britt
in
first.
agreement.
But they could have edited a certain way, right?
They could have cut out them going to Caitlyn, or they could have, we didn't see a lot of them go from one to another. It was just very quick cuts, so.
Yeah,
Yes.
they didn't show the interactions for both.
I think few it be that only went to one person.
No, I'm just saying.
Just shooting yourself in the foot, too.
Yeah. It's a pretty dick move if that's what you do. If you really just only go to one person, that's disrespectful in and of itself, I feel like.
Didn't mean it that way. I just mean the sequence. How they said hi to Britt instead of Caitlyn. We don't know who was first.
Right, sure.
And I feel like the producers also could have set it up where a bunch of people that were for Team Britt came out first so that Caitlyn gets more insecure, or vice versa.
Yeah, somebody commented on the chat already and said that Caitlyn looks insecure and that she was jealous all night. I don't know.
She does look insecure, but I would be insecure in that situation. Britt was also insecure. I think that they both, even though they showed more of Caitlyn saying that on camera, I think both of them were like gritting their teeth and smiling through it, and then they felt really insecure like in their one-on-one interviews.
You know, and I also got to say, we do have to move on because literally we're going to be here forever.
Yeah.
We've got another 47 for the Bachelorettes to go, so we got to move on to Ryan B.
Ryan B. He's 27. He's a realtor. He's the one who called Britt a Disney princess. How do you guys feel about that over there on the couch?
Everybody calls her a Disney princess.
Why? Why is that?
Because of all the memes. People made like a bunch of memes about her. They said she looks like a Disney princess.
Like Ariel? She looked like Ariel?
Oh, but he has good hair. Look at that hair.
Danny,
He's way too pretty.
He uses like whitening toothpaste.
I use whitening toothpaste.
Not that much.
3 times a day. Brooks, what's your question?
I do too.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if you were casting somebody at Disneyland to play a princess, I would cast Britt.
Yeah,
so,
she totally seems like
Amy Long played a Disney princess in real life.
Amy Long.
Yeah.
And she looks like a Disney princess too.
I know.
Okay, I was trying to read the chat roll while they're chiming in as well, but
also a good-looking dude too. I didn't really see him.
They're not gonna have any ugly.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Okay.
Well, but I was.
Whoa.
But wait, I was.
They've never done that before.
One at a time.
I was just saying, 25 guys. I wasn't like, oh, there's no real standout that I can go. That guy's like the good-looking guy.
No, Tanner's the good-looking guy.
But now I'm starting to see that there were a couple that didn't get as much screen time. I'm like, those guys are like the good-looking dudes.
Well, yeah, when we blow up their face and you can stare deep into their eyes, it's easier to see their true beauty.
I mean, it's my thing too. It's what I like.
Man love aside.
That's why you and I are such good friends. What?
No, think about this. If he's good looking, because that backdrop, it doesn't do anyone any favors. I'm sorry, the
Those
blue.
are usually the most unflattering photos that you can have of someone. Yeah.
And if you look good in one of those, you're doing well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So can the same be said for the next man, where it starts getting interesting? The Love Man,
Jared from Rhode Island. He's 26. He was L for Love Man. He wore 2 different shirts. He homemade the first one, and then he actually had one made. Do you guys like this?
He wears his heart on his chest.
He wears his heart on his chest. That's good. He wants to put his heart on their chest. No,
he just wants to put his rose in their box.
Yes.
We were waiting for somebody to use that.
It was like we rehearsed it. That was good. I like.
He looks good in that picture.
Do you guys? Okay, Lucy. Do you like this gimmick? Guy pulls out a L Love Man T-shirt.
I think all the gimmicks are cheesy. If I was the Bachelorette, I would send home most of the gimmicks. But in the past, it's worked for a lot of people. Claire with the pregnant belly made it really far. The girl in the wedding dress. I forget.
Although she almost got sent home by Sean said that he almost sent her home that first night.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And like the gimmicks though, people like the gimmicks.
Kathy, did you
Me
like
getting out, forgetting my name. That was my gimmick.
Yeah, remind us about
Planned that.
Let's talk about your intro.
Let's talk more about me. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
This episode's about me,
It's
right?
the Brooks hour and the Lucy hour too. So yeah, what was your intro again? Remind me.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have a plan. Got out of the limo and fumbled over my words, forgot my name, and then like, can I just go inside?
That's endearing.
That was really actually kind of how it went.
And Lucy, remind me of yours.
I wore a long flowy dress, just like right now. No shoes, flowers in my hair. Pretty much exactly who I already am.
Winner.
I remember the flowers in your hair. I remember that.
I remember because I kept cutting myself. I made it like that day. I kept cutting myself.
Yeah, people are not feeling Love Man. Love Man was so cringeworthy by HP Fan 1908. So, and let's see, Rotor 13, that girl that slapped Brad Womack.
Oh yeah, and she made Chantel.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She made it so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
About that.
All right. So did Koopa make an impression on us?
Mario Kart
It's his
Koopa?
name. He doesn't even need a gimmick. It's just his name.
Yeah, exactly.
He was 32. He's an entrepreneur. He went to Brit first, or at least that's what they want us to believe.
Any memories? Anything stood out from Koopa
Koopa
besides?
seemed like a very mature guy. He seemed like a dad in the group a little bit. Not in the sense that of kids, I just mean like more of like, I'm Papa Koopa. That's actually perfect. Papa Koopa.
Papa
Yeah,
Koopa.
that's
play
awesome.
Super
That's
Mario
like his
Brothers?
porn name.
I feel like I'm playing Mario
I went Super
or something.
Mario, you went porn.
Yeah, I was like
Papa
Super Mario,
Koopa.
JC.
I felt like he kind of would govern the group and be like, guys, hold on, let's rein this in. He'd be the guy that would pull in. He's the fun police, but not in a way that you kind of hate. I didn't mind him.
Kathy, agree? Disagree? What's
I don't
going on?
think
He did seem very mature.
Yeah.
In the couple comments that we heard from him, he's very well spoken and yeah.
I
I
don't
thought
think
he was
lasts
mature
long.
until I'm looking at this picture and I see he has his 2 ears pierced.
I mean, there's other. I have my
Not
ears
one,
pierced, but
but
like,
two.
It was the
You're not
backdrop.
mature.
It's the backdrop. He wants to stand out of the backdrop. I'm telling you, that blue is blah.
he's got a good shirt on. He's got colors on the inside of the collar.
I
It's
do
a
like
quality
the
shirt.
shirt.
If Mr. Clean ever feels like they need to go for more like diversity, they're definitely going to cast him. You're like, you know what? You're perfect. Just take out the earrings. You got the job. He's going to be on the cover of every Mr. Papa Clean cleanser around the nation. Yeah.
The bleachable moment.
Yeah. If it doesn't work out, then you've got a job
Yeah.
with Clorox.
Nailed it. So good.
All right, Alexis, Brady, but Danny, you have something to share about Brady next.
Yeah, the only guy I actually didn't even know he was going to be on the show. Is the only guy on the show that I know. We became friends because I was at Bible study. Brady walks up, he's like, "Hey man, I like your shoes," and I was like, "Thanks, man. What's your name?" Brady. And we became buds. He lives in Nashville, but he goes between here and LA. And actually, we have a couple other mutual friends. My friend Maggie knows him, so that's how I kind of know Brady. And he's a good guy. He's a good dude.
I feel like that's how a lot of your friendships start is
Over shoes?
yep.
He was wearing good shoes that night too. It was kind of funny. Like he said it to me, and I was like, "Actually, I like your shoes too." And it was
Danny,
like a
how many
bromance.
shoes do you have?
I'm not gonna talk about that on the air.
Well,
He has,
actually,
like,
let's do a
3
shoe cam.
closets full of shoes.
You got to show the shoes, Danny, since the fans are watching.
Tuesday. those kicks.
Tuesday, hashtag.
Yeah, you guys can follow it on my Snapchat or my Instagram. I do
Size 42 if you want to send him any.
Smells like old beer.
But back
Smells
to
like old beer.
Brady's a good guy. He's got a good voice. And I mean, like, ladies, you seem. Did he make a good impression on
He
you?
seemed very eloquent. He seemed like the perfect person for Brit, if that makes sense.
well, he was very adamant about it. He seemed like he was really into Brit, and for the most part, this first group
Yeah.
were all Team Brit.
He's definitely genuine. Like, he seemed genuine.
But
He
How
definitely
old is
seems
he?
like the guy that can look you in both eyes at the same time. I'm sorry. What's up with that picture? You know, most
33.
people, it looks
30?
like you're looking at the same eye.
he's 33.
Danny.
33. He looks like Jimmy Fallon.
Lucy, what's wrong with
No,
him
he
being
doesn't.
33?
Trying to be a musician at 33. I don't have
That
any.
To be
outfit
fair,
looks
he's
like
got an album out. He is being a musician. He's doing his thing, and he's a songwriter as well. He's
Okay.
got some clout.
You guys
So
have the
you're-
same outfits. Like,
Wait.
you and him.
Yeah, he dresses well. He dresses really well.
Good Luck
This is
Nightmare
awesome.
says Brady looks like Danny.
That's what I said. I think that they are the same person.
And Danny's sitting here going, yeah, he's a good-looking guy. Super
He's awesome.
sweet. You guys should like him.
I like his shoes.
Brady's fine. I mean, let's be real.
He does look like
Same hair color.
You ever notice?
Go to the wide
You guys do look a lot.
Do we?
Okay, you're gonna
Wait.
break our
Hold on.
TV.
There you go. There you go.
Sing something.
Wait.
You need the necklace.
Hold
Fake
still so I can get a picture.
Hey, Britt. Oh, what's the face I'm making to see? Oh.
This is a perfect time to say if you haven't rated us 5 stars by now, I don't know what you will do.
Did you get it?
If you're not watching us on YouTube, I'm so confused right now. Or go to iTunes and SoundCloud, download us there and check out our wonderful episodes because it's going to get crazier than this. So let's move on to the very next person on my list, which is Corey. Corey, just
35.
why?
He's developer. He went to Caitlyn first.
Which Corey? One with the E or just?
No E, sans
No
the
E.
E.
Thank you.
This is what happens when we got multiple guys with the same name.
Yeah,
so.
there's 2 Bens
There's
and they're both
always
good.
at least 2
And,
people. with the
okay,
same
but
name
he's
that
cool. You know why? He loves Goonies. That's his favorite movie.
I'm not a big
Looks
fan of this
pretty
pose,
goony.
Corey.
Yeah.
I don't know you, I have nothing against you, but I don't like your pose.
It looks very confrontational. Like, hey, you know.
It's kind of like, did you really say that to me? Are you sure you want to go with that phrase, Brooks? Are you sure you want to go with the beer-smelling shoes?
biting his lower lip.
Hey guys.
Oh, very Kristen Stewart. I love that.
Ooh, it's okay
I don't
when
think
girls
he's
do it.
biting his lower lip. I think
You
that's
think
his
that's how his
smile.
lips are?
He just doesn't have a
No,
lower
he's
lip.
biting his lower lip. I
Thank
can
you,
see it in
Alexis.
here. Sorry. his whole lower lip is completely in his mouth.
His mouth ate his lower lip.
It's gone.
And that's why he's upset. Did my mouth eat my lower lip again?
Or is he like about to start saying like, "Are you gonna take the picture yet?"
He was in the middle of the R.
Picture.
Corey, we love you. Forgive us for being the mean girls right now.
He's nice.
Yeah, he was. The little that we saw.
Good recovery.
Thanks. But
Very
okay,
convincing.
here's someone I think I got a lot of like tweets about this guy, Ian.
He's in my. I tweeted Ian. He's from Venice Beach. He did the. Yeah, Lucy called it out. He did the classic running through the Venice boardwalk.
Venice boardwalk.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Posing on the lifeguard stand. I will say though, this guy of all the ones made an impression. I wouldn't forget him. He was in my top 3. I think he's a very classy, mature stand-up guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't overly emotional. He didn't try too hard. He was very confident of who he is, and I like
He's
Yeah, I like him
freaking
too.
smart. He went to Princeton.
Yeah, I mean and he has a cool story. I mean, like that's I know they play it up, but that's a real story to overcome. That's freaking awesome. I would read a book about it. That's cool. So
Thoughts on Ian?
Ian, write a book.
Okay.
You got
you
one
go.
reader so far.
write a book.
You better be in top 4.
I'll write your
Calling
foreword.
top 4 already.
Yeah, I think he will go a long way.
Not top 4,
Not top 4.
but top 6 maybe.
We're assuming top 4 if it's either Britt because he wants Caitlyn. He is Team Caitlyn all the way. So
He is
what
very
if
much Team
Britt ends up being the Bachelorette?
I think that he could.
I think he would bow out if Chris gave an option. If you said
I think so too. I think he's a stand-up guy.
Yep.
I mean, regardless, I think every Bachelorette has said that they know their top 2, top 3 on the first night. Mm-hmm. So you just keep around people that you enjoy spending time with or are friends with. And I think that he just seems so likable that you would want to keep him around, even if you didn't have chemistry with him.
I
As soon as
don't necessarily take this assumption of whether or not someone comes in with a definitive, okay, I came here for Caitlyn or I came here for Britt, and they stay as a sign of them being any more disingenuous than anyone else. Because let's face it, anyone that's going on the show, when I went, we didn't know who the Bachelor or Bachelorette was. It was still up in the air before I even committed. So that was still up in the air for us. It's the same situation. Theirs just happens to be filmed.
And there
We
were
knew on ours. We knew it already. It was
Get
on
out of
Bravo.
here.
Yeah.
No, didn't you
But
find
I
out
was-
at your store? Didn't they film you like finding out who it was at the store you
that
worked
was-
out?
I mean,
That
yeah.
was staged. Well, that's what they let us know. That's how much I remember. I remember them walking in and you were like, oh my god, yeah, and you like twirled around.
Do you remember?
I was in it for the
Do I
Instagram
get brownie
followers. I don't
points?
care who it was.
Do I get brownie points for remembering it?
That's like Santa
you
Claus
do.
right now. You
Just
just
up our
ruined Christmas for me, Danny.
Ashley Hiber's season, where a lot of the guys thought that it was going to be Emily, and they were disappointed when they got there, but they stayed.
And that guy Bentley, that crazy guy.
Yep. I want to say this. As soon as we brought up Ian, 7 people in a row. Danielle Heggie, wrote her 13. Joseph Boza, Good Luck Night Bear. Misha C, wrote her 13 again. They all went Ian, yes. And then wrote her 13 goes smart and hot and shirtless beach runner equals win or winner.
Yeah, someone even said top 3, so it's
Moved
just
to LA.
a lot of Ian love tonight. So can the same be said for JJ, the love to puck
I
you
like
guy?
From Denver, 32.
I like him a
love
lot.
to
He's
puck
my
you.
favorite. That's funny.
That is funny, and
It
that's
was
right up
perfect
Caitlyn's
for
alley.
Caitlyn.
He was funny, and then he's also seems like a stand-up guy. He was the first that when that drunk or whatever
Ran.
He tried
horn
to
dog, he was the one that like he stood up for the girls.
And he did it in a classy, approachable way. It wasn't a guy that was like, bro, I'm trying to get my ego above
Yeah.
yours. He approached him like, hey, that's not okay.
He also didn't try to fight either. When
he didn't.
the guy was trying to fight, he just like walked
He kept his
away.
hand in his pocket and turned around and walked
Loved
away.
it.
I respect that.
He's top 4. If it's Caitlyn, he's top 4.
Wow.
I would say like if he doesn't, he could be the next Bachelor if he isn't the guy who's
Really?
chosen. I could see it. Yeah.
I will say, yeah, Kathy called that in the show. That's a good call. I could go with that. He's a good looking.
He
I don't know
played
about
hockey. Like he's.
the hands on the hip pose.
Superman pose?
What's his
I don't think he
What's
was
his what?
a contestant
What does he do
for
for a
the next
living?
Bachelor.
I didn't see it.
But I
Actually,
don't
didn't
know.
remember.
What do
Just
I
like
know?
to fight.
He is a former investment banker out of Denver.
So he's got money.
Oh,
Yes.
his comment tonight was hilarious. I think that was a very gross
Mismanagement.
mismanagement of her time. I was like, all right, keep it at the office.
All right, we've all been waiting for this. We're 31 minutes into the show. Lucy, I think
Is it our boy?
It's our boy.
Lucy, do you want to
Ryan,
introduce him?
Ryan.
Ryan
trust
M.
him.
The
What more can
Ryan
you say?
Stir.
Ryan M, 28, from Kansas City. There's two guys from Kansas City, and he is the lesser of the two.
You know he's a junkyard specialist.
What does that mean?
I wonder if he knows Nikki.
More than that, he dated
Probably
Nikki.
seen each other out. What?
Get out.
I can't. I'm hosting the show right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, stop.
know
They
this?
look like siblings.
It was on the internet, so it's got to be true.
Where'd you see this on the
I
internet?
swear. Let me write it. I think I have it written down. Let's see.
On one of
I-
your 17 pages of notes.
Thank you.
Also a laptop.
Ryan McDill dated Nikki Farrell before she went looking for love with Juan Pabs.
Juan Pablo.
They look
I
like
would
they-
take Juan Pablo over him any day.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
Wow.
Yeah. well,
And I was in it for the Instagram followers.
I mean, he got more screen time than Juan Pablo did on my season. So first night, yeah. So
I mean, it started fun and cute, but it took a turn. I mean, let's look at-
I have a
Thought it
question.
was funny all the way to the end.
I have a question.
Really?
Was he drunk when he got out of the limo?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
because right
We
away.
called it right away.
First thing I said is he looks like the drunk guy at the party, but I didn't think he was the drunk a-hole. I thought he was the drunk, just like, oh god, that's Ryan again. He's already shenanigans.
sorry. Are the briefs still doing it for girls? Is that a thing?
Yeah, and also the briefs. Yeah.
The Emporium briefs.
about
You only
the
see
Emporium.
those. You only see those on ads. People don't actually buy those.
Maybe that's why he was on the show. Maybe he was sponsored by Emporium to get on their show and get their underwear on TV.
who would buy those?
Now we know. It's on his Instagram tomorrow. Emporium
Product
spokesperson.
placement.
Who would buy?
JC, are you an Emporium wearer? Be honest right now. This is
Show
what I'm
us
talking about.
what kind of underwear you're wearing right
Be
now.
raw and relatable.
Get out. Oh my gosh, she's lying. Get out of here. Wait. You set this up. You set this up.
After dark.
There it is.
The best thing I think we've ever had on our show.
That was amazing.
Please do that again. Show me your underwear.
Remember
JC.
to rate us 5 stars.
What underwear are you wearing right now?
Wait, they can't see it. They can't see it.
Oh, we can see
this
it.
mic
Oh
to-
yeah.
Wearing the Emporium.
Nailed it.
Oh.
Wait, are those the briefs?
I don't know. No,
Yes,
they're
you
not.
know.
I don't know if
boxer
they're
briefs.
like midnight blue. You know, it's Emporium blue. They were a gift.
I looked away from the camera for 2 seconds,
myself.
guys. Jeez.
All right. That won't go on the reel. All right, so thoughts with what happened. Lucy, you
What
thought
were
it
we
was
talking about?
comic relief.
I thought it was hilarious. I wish they would have kept him just because you need that.
But he
You know,
crossed the
stressful-
line, I mean-
of course. The ass grabbing.
Yeah.
I
That
still
was-
thought it was funny.
It's funny, and I think give it like 2 episodes, Caitlyn would have laughed.
Yeah.
First night, you've had too much alcohol? Absolutely not. And if I was there, I would have been the guy that's like, absolutely, I would have walked him somewhere else
Yeah.
and confronted him. I would have done the same thing. That was absolutely uncalled for. And I'm surprised that somebody didn't do something more intense, like put their arm on him, back him
And
up.
say, hey, mister.
Emporium wearer.
His
Was this
Ron
pre-
Burgundy reference. Or
That was funny. I actually chuckled a little
everything he
bit.
said was funny. When he's like, "This place is dead anyway."
Besides being awesome. The thing about taking your mother out for a steak dinner and never calling again, I actually laughed
Yeah.
a little bit. I'll give him that
too.
one.
Yeah.
And that car sucks.
He's like, you do suck.
He reminded me of a dark Ed. Remember
Oh
Ed?
yeah.
Yes, a dark Ed. So, it ended badly. We have one every season.
After JJ called him out on being a douchebag, and he was just like, that guy doesn't deserve to be here.
How
The other
did
guy
they
who
do
goes,
it?
"Who even are you?"
How did they do it? How did they get a drunk one every single season?
I
How
mean,
did they
it's
do
getting
it?
me
It's
there.
a
No
lot.
numbers.
It's Alon. He's genius. That's perfect.
I mean,
He finds him.
Brooks, you should know this by now. Come on.
I know, but I know that it's gonna be there. I'm just saying.
With his
kudos to
drink of
get it.
just Fireball on the rocks, and
Yeah.
he's like, this looks like a fancy drink, but little do you know, it's just Fireball.
It's amazing.
All right, so off of all that, let's move on to Bradley.
Auto sales. He wore a tennis headband and a racket, and we didn't even get to see what that was all about. I want to see what his shenanigan was.
Yeah.
He ended, I don't know if you read his bio, Danny. And actually, the conversation I got from it, he wants to be pursued.
That's fair.
Yeah,
What's wrong with wanting to be pursued?
You're on
Is
The
that-
Bachelorette.
Well,
pursuing
in life, but if you come on the show, obviously that's not going to be the reality.
Any thoughts on him? Did we? I mean, we remember Ryan.
I don't remember anything about him.
He should wear a headband at all times so we could remember who he is.
Yeah, that would remind me of what? There's a guy that did that on American Idol, like season 7, and he made it pretty far. And that was his
Sanjaya
thing.
with the hair?
No, it wasn't Sanjaya. There was a white guy that he was funny.
Clearly, he's memorable.
And I still remember to this day. It was like the last season of American Idol I watched. But if he should wear the headband all the time. I think that'd be funny.
He should have done more. Like, probably should have brought Mordecai.
Does Emporium make headbands? That'd be funny. Maybe just cut the top of your underwear off and wear it. It's got quite a few logos on it.
I'll do that next week if enough fans ask for it. I'm kidding.
Holding you to.
No. All right, let's move on to Daniel, the fashion designer who came out dancing.
Yeah, from Nashville.
Are there any fashion designers in Nashville?
Do you remember the Pantsapreneur?
Yeah,
JJ.
A little bit.
You know what? I think that there's a reason this guy didn't get a lot of screen time. I didn't tweet him out as one of my top people, but
that's why.
But I think the guy has some quality to him that we didn't get to see tonight.
It's called swagger.
Yeah, he definitely had. Yeah, it's called swagger.
I don't even remember. Oh, he did dance well.
He was dancing and it was fun. They were both laughing. He had them both laughing, engaged. He was memorable. I remember this. I just didn't get to see anything about his.
That
his
picture
etiquette.
does not do him justice.
No, it
though.
doesn't.
He
But that's a
looks
great
like
shirt.
Creepy. Yeah.
What do you got, JC?
Crow's feet.
I want to move on to the next person so badly. Josh, Alexis. He is the lawyer, the stripper lawyer. Today on
he's
stripper
going
court.
home.
We both, Kathy and I both, when we got to this person, wrote in our notes, Josh, 27, firefighter. Oh no, he's not a firefighter. He has a stomach tattoo and he's a stripper.
Will you accept my hose?
He has many tattoos.
Many tattoos. Did anybody see what it said on his stomach? I didn't either.
I couldn't take him.
It said
all
you're
in.
welcome.
Please tell me.
You did not say that, did it, Brooks?
I wish
It said dinner is served.
Yeah, so basically he won't. Will he be here tomorrow?
No.
Can we all?
Oh, I think he will make it a couple episodes just because they need that like weird, they
Since
producer's
Ryan-
pick. He's a producer's pick.
Thing is, if you look at this picture, he looks like he teaches 4th grade and he's a cool guy. And then everything changes as soon as he.
Yeah, he
You guys
looks
have your
wholesome
pocket
enough.
square. You guys got the same
By the way,
thing
can
going.
you just look at how small his eyes are compared to his cheeks? He has no eyes.
Yeah, he's like the opposite of Brady.
Yeah. He has no
This
eyes.
is such the mean girls. And Alexa says he will put out your fire.
That's good. That's his tagline. That's probably what the stripper announcer says. Next up, we got, what's his name? Josh. He will put out your
just like,
fire.
We love the money that jingle.
No, he is literally burning love.
Isn't he? He is. He's
He's a hunka burning love.
No, it's the web series where
yeah,
Mark
Ken Marino.
Ken Marino, yeah, and he's a firefighter, and he says, "Will you accept my hose?"
I'm serious. If you guys haven't seen it, you
So
have
good.
to watch. It's got Ben Stiller. It's got Jennifer Aniston. It's got so many cameos. It's fantastic. You really, really have to watch. But okay, bringing it back to Earth. We're here
His
for love.
stomach said, "Are you thirsty?"
Oh my God.
Holy, is that true? Thank you, Rotor
So
13.
I wasn't far off when
No,
I
I
said
think that's
dinner
a
is
joke.
served.
That's gotta be a joke.
I was not far off.
Oh my gosh. Rotor 13, right in again. Are you serious? Is that what it said? Are you thirsty?
We love
What
Rotor
if it was
13.
like
Thank you.
justice is served?
Hey, look at it. I love this one. No, Misha C. Magic Mike's little brother was a little bit too much. I love a tatted guy, but he was extra. Okay. Let us move on to the real reason why we're here. People like Joe.
People like Joe.
From Kentucky who
From
brought
Kentucky.
the moonshine.
I love him.
That was sweet.
It wasn't just any moonshine. It was XXX moonshine designed to get your panties to drop. See that?
It looked disgusting.
It did
What,
look
the
disgusting.
By the way, no, Caitlyn didn't even flinch. She didn't even blink. She drank it like it was water. I was
Have you guys
how
drank
are
moonshine before?
I've
Yeah,
had
it's rough.
First time I ever had moonshine was last year in the backwoods of Mexico. It was illegal moonshine some guy in the woods made. So we tried it, me and my roommate and a couple other guys. I about instantly threw up.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it at all. She didn't even blink.
So she's like,
I have the kind of moonshine that you can buy at the store, like the fake moonshine,
Yeah.
and it was still disgusting.
Really?
So it was probably
Alexis?
less alcohol
We have a question.
content.
Yeah, Alexis in the back.
I drink moonshine all the time.
You can handle it?
I can.
Wow. You
I didn't even
be up here with
swallow it.
us.
It was in my mouth. It was not in my throat.
Wow.
What's in your mouth?
Spit.
The moonshine.
Got it.
Your mind's out of the gutter.
Anyway, thoughts
you
about
thirsty?
outside of the moonshine.
Hashtag are you thirsty?
Very thirsty.
Yeah, I like Joe. You did say a comment though that he has interesting hair.
Yeah, I don't like his hair.
Wait, I want to see him again. I forgot what he looks like.
He's the southern
He
guy.
has the spiky hair, just really, really defined. Look at him.
He's the horse guy.
Hey, I like the shirt he went with.
He's an insurance salesman from Colombia.
I really liked later in the episode when he was talking to the girls and he's like, this is completely out of my element. Just seemed very genuine in that moment.
He has one of those smiles that you rarely see that kind of reminds you of the Joker because it goes really like out far.
He has
Is that
thin villain.
You see that? I've never seen that.
It's like he doesn't need
Just
this.
like Chris
Sunlight.
Soules.
He doesn't need that part.
I'm giving him a buy on the pick. It's by the pick. You know, he's not used to this, and you know, your first Bachelor
my pick
He's
is
not
awful.
mom. He's got good
I
teeth.
hear him.
My pick
He's
was
got the
perfect.
whitest teeth.
All right, so let's
you're wondering.
keep it going with Helium Man, Justin.
28 from Naperville, Illinois.
Yes.
That is the triplet capital of the world.
Why?
Because it's a Chicago suburb where I don't know, a lot of in vitro fertilization.
I have an interesting story about Naperville. Cathy and I were actually out with some friends like a month ago, and we ran into Chris B.
Oh, Chris Bukowski.
Chris Bukowski randomly. Actually, we were there with you, Brooks.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
We always run into him.
Was Michael with us too that night?
No.
Wait, he was in
Michael
LA?
wasn't in town.
He always comes to LA.
No, he just moved here. So Brooks, Cathy, and I and a few other friends
Chris
are
moved
at this place in Santa Monica, and we look over, and Chris Bukowski just randomly standing there.
At the bunghole?
No, we were at my favorite bar in the world called Finn McCool's. Anyways, so we're standing there. I look over. Interesting story. Last time I met Chris Bukowski, I told you guys this, was in Naperville. I'm at a bar. It was the week after he got kicked off. I bought him a beer, and I was just like, bro, I feel bad
Why
for
were you in Naperville?
I was hosting a show in Chicago, but I stayed with my buddy in Naperville just because he lived close. I hadn't seen him in a couple years. My buddy Joe Ventimiglia. What's up, Joe? So I wonder if Joe knows this guy, but I ran into Chris Bukowski in Naperville.
My boyfriend, when I was 6 years old, lived in Naperville.
Oh my God.
Naperville has never gotten so much attention on the show.
I've never heard of Naperville.
Subscribe for sure. So, and a fitness trainer.
Yeah, I think he seems like a
He
decent
seems
guy.
sweet, yeah.
I got no knocks on him.
No knocks on. All right, so
like him.
let's move on to another favorite. I
He
forget
seems
who it
top
was.
40.
Tanner.
My
for sure.
favorite.
Okay, Lucy.
I love Tanner.
Why?
Kansas City.
What is
He's
it about
handsome.
Tanner?
He's genuine.
He brought tissues.
Kansas City, not
that
so
was-
much.
I like that he brought a pack of tissues because when he came out, I thought that was a sweet gesture to Britt, and
Yeah.
then him later saying that it was actually a
was a
knock on
joke,
her
yeah.
and he likes Caitlyn was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then in his interview, he was like, "Yeah, that was really awkward."
Seems like a genuine guy to me. I like this. He's got some
You're
good
gonna
stuff.
break the TV.
He's top
one of
4
these
for
days.
sure.
You both said Brooks. I wrote that down. You guys think he'll go really far? I don't know.
I tweeted it,
Brooks,
too.
you change your. I wrote it down.
Well, he's
I
wearing
can't
makeup in
remember.
that photo, but
Aren't they all?
I think he'll go far, yeah.
All right.
He's not my favorite.
Did you say
I'm
my
waiting.
butt?
he's my favorite.
I heard
You're making
my
his
butt.
way.
They'll all go
My
far on
butt.
Instagram.
By the way, the last 4 guys have not had an upper lip. Just pointing that.
What about our next guy, Sean B?
28 from Connecticut. I will say this about he's the only guy they showed us his sock and shoe game. He had some great shoes with some fantastic
Okay.
polka dot socks, and he said Caitlyn is the reason he is there right after giving Britt that huge hug.
No one
He-
else cares, Danny.
Oh, him.
He looks like a club promoter. He looks like every club promoter in America.
Yeah.
To me.
No, I mean,
Oh yeah.
Not
he
so much in
does.
this photo, but we were saying when we were watching, he kind of looks like a bad Ryan Gosling.
Bad.
I think Deanna Stagg said that she thought he looks like Calvin Harris.
Oh yeah.
He does look like Calvin
What's
Harris.
up, Taylor Swift?
What's up, T Swift?
but he's here for Caitlyn, and it seemed like both girls likey. They liked
Oh,
him.
they
so
both
they
of
both
them
did,
were
yeah.
super into
Britt
him.
was like, that's the first guy that I felt something for. And then he's like, I'm here for Caitlyn. And said it audibly. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting because didn't he pick up Britt for his hug? Like he picked her up and spun her around.
Was that him?
I think that was him.
Oh yeah, and he went to her first. But
He went to
then
her
he went over
first.
to Caitlyn and he was like, "I'm here for you."
Yeah, I
And
thought
she
that
was
was
like, "Ouch."
Do you think that's maybe because he just got the dresses mixed up? There, she's in the blue and black one,
Sequins, yeah.
and he got out and he's like, "Oh, I saw backwards,
I
guys."
saw white.
Our live chat roll
White
agrees.
gold.
I actually really respect him for choosing one and making it known to both of them because he could have played the field and like gone out there, said really nice things to both of them, and then been like, behind closed doors, oh yeah, I'm only here for one of them.
I think if there is a first impression rose, he could get it if it's Kaitlyn.
Ooh, you and Good Luck Nightbear said the same thing at the exact same time. She goes, top 2, if there's a first impression rose, he gets it.
Good luck, Nightbear.
And this is the interesting point of the show where Kaitlyn decided to go back into the house. And you brought something up, Brooks, that she didn't do that. You don't think she did that voluntarily?
No.
She perhaps a little coaxing, or it was.
I don't think that the show's going to be allowing for, just go run where you want. They gotta get cameras in there in order to film it, So
shenanigans.
Shenanigans, yeah.
All right.
I also don't think that was cheating. I don't think that was cheap either.
Not cheating.
If you feel it, do it.
So you're saying
your journey.
Maybe Britt was a bit sore that she didn't think of it first.
Britt easily could have turned around and been like, "Wait, where's she going? I'm going with."
And they probably would have made it an acceptance. Be like, "Okay, great."
Yeah.
Made it available to her.
All right, yeah, because that was interesting, and then we just move on. Then I got kind of lost because the next person we had was David, and he was like a blip.
Real estate from Florida. He's 26 years old.
Yeah, see, that's no one. Does anyone really? I hate when they do that.
What up, Vancouver?
He's the guy that forgot their name or Britt's name or to introduce himself. Yeah.
There we
What's
go.
your name? And he's like,
he pulled a no. There's a word that he pulled a Brooks Forrester.
Yeah. He was smooth. I thought, right? I don't know. It was a blur for me. Honestly, we're getting to that point because we have Corey. We're getting to some more.
I think we're going to see more of David.
You think so?
Yep.
I don't.
Really? I don't.
When we had the forgotten name thing, there was a little that same type of goofy music. Now that I think about it.
Interesting.
See, I might be wrong. But.
Next one, Corey is 30 from New York. He asked if the offer to plow her field was still on the table. He also said he plays competitive beach volleyball, which Lucy enlightened us is not a thing.
Which Brooks said is a thing, actually.
Okay, so
I didn't
agree
see
to
a
disagree.
career come up. All I heard was I'm a professional beach volleyball player.
You know what?
No, I do know an actual professional beach volleyball player. Yeah, it is a thing.
Stand correct.
Well, no, he didn't say professional. He said I'm a competitive beach volleyball.
Yeah.
I know there's a profession, but competitive is different.
You're a competitive beach volleyball player.
I play beach volleyball all the time.
Beach volleyball
Brooks and I play.
They do that all the time too. It drives me nuts when it's like former baseball player. It's like, okay, what does he do now? Like, don't do former.
I'll tell you what this guy does now.
Played t-ball.
I'll tell you what this guy does now. He recruits people at the mall to join his pyramid scheme. That's what he does now.
He looks
It's
like
funny you say that.
No upper lip.
On the occupation, he is. What is it? I think he's an investment banker as well, from New York. Yeah. So
He looks like an investment banker.
I'm always hesitant when they have a weird career.
Caitlyn really liked his dimples.
you're weird. Okay, Lucy, what is it about the weird careers? Because this is important.
For me, there can only be one
Free spirit?
free spirit. Somebody has to work, so.
Well, it's perfect you mentioned that because next up we have Tony, the healer.
Yeah, okay, Tony
Does it make a good couple, maybe?
He needs to heal his black eye before he gets a second
Yeah,
look
can
from
we
me.
talk about
Mysterious
this?
black eye like Michelle Moniz.
Yeah, but what? Let's address it.
Did
I
he
feel
like
like
get into a fight the day before the show? That's
he probably punched. He slipped in yoga and punched.
He
one of
didn't
his-
heal himself.
He slipped in yoga? That's what he said?
No, I'm just making a guess. We've
backstory?
already slipped in yoga. But I have a question. This is the guy that kissed his plant, correct?
Yeah.
He kissed his plant.
And you know what's weird? He doesn't have a black eye in that photo, and these photos are taken 3 days before you go into the house. So maybe he got hurt in the hotel.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, that's what you slip in yoga.
Dangerous
when you're
yoga.
unfamiliar. Dangerous.
Hey, I
Dangerous.
slipped in Bachelor in Paradise and had to go home. That's why I wasn't on episode
You hit your
1.
head.
I hit my head.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Right when you got out of the limo, right?
First thing that happened to me, I woke up and there was hotel staff all around me screaming in
Tragic.
Spanish, and I was just like,
What the heck?
So thoughts on the
it was
healer?
scary.
Like somebody spiked my mimosa?
He actually had a way better first impression than I thought he would. Like, he seemed like he vibed with Britt a little bit.
Absolutely.
But he's still, I don't think
But then he
gonna
said
make
the
it very
same
far.
exact thing to Caitlyn. that he said to Britt, and I was like, what?
Deja
Like
vu.
word for word the same
verbatim.
thing. Yeah, verbatim's a better word.
I mean,
for
should we cut him do we cut him a break? Because, I mean, what guy hasn't used the same
No.
line on different girls?
Yeah, but back to back on national TV when everyone's looking, no.
Hold on.
I'm not saying.
I've never done it in the same bar on the same night.
Did they know coming out of the limo?
Yeah, you do have.
Hold on, question. Did they know coming out of the limo that they had to choose between the two?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before they walked out of the limo, they knew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say the fact that he said both. Maybe he didn't know, so he's like, oh, I don't know what to say. I'm just going to repeat what I said.
They did have to choose? Who did
I don't know that they knew.
No, they knew they were going to have to choose that night, I'm sure. Like they knew.
But when he came out of the limo, what I'm saying is, like Brooks just said, he repeated the same thing from one to the other.
He could have said that to both girls at the same time, or I don't know.
He should have just stood in the middle and said it to both of them.
Excuse me.
Britt, Caitlyn.
I believe in true love. The energy gives love and we give it back. I hope it involves one of you. And then he walks
Splits through the middle.
It gets better from Tony the Healer because we have Sean, and it was Sean B, I believe. He is the amateur sex coach. Sean E.
Who calls himself an like at least just put sex coach.
No.
How do you become a pro?
I'm an amateur sex coach, damn it.
He said that he's not going to be a pro sex coach and talk to people about this till he's experienced it with a woman.
So does that
wait.
So he's only been with a man, or he's never been with
Let's
anyone?
unpack this.
Is he a virgin sex coach?
No, I think that he was talking
Let's talk about the power that his necklace holds. For
That's why.
I think he got it from Tony.
That's why he's only an amateur sex coach. That necklace right there. He's not getting laid.
He got it from Tony, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
This is energy crystal? Yeah? What?
Yeah,
Exactly. That's a
He looks
healing
like Michael
crystal.
Rappaport.
He does look like Michael Rappaport.
So unpack your comment a little bit. So
That's what he said.
He hasn't had sex with a woman?
No, he was talking to Caitlyn about the toys, and he's just
Anal
like
toys. He mentioned anal toys in the
Yes.
first
Beads, I
conversation.
think.
Yeah,
and how you have to have like a rope or a way
Starter
to, like a
bead.
plan B for getting it out. Did you miss this?
No, I heard it.
Yeah, so it doesn't get stuck in your bowel, he
Get
said.
stuck. And so he was saying that he doesn't want to give this advice to anyone until he's experienced it himself with a woman.
Which leads you with the question:
Wait.
have you experienced it with a man?
That's what I said.
Or
Are the beads
maybe
going
he's
in
like,
his
Maybe
butt?
he's
No, it's
used
gotta
the
be your
toys
bubble.
No, he's used the toys on himself without someone there. Good on
Hey, well, how do you know that?
I'm just saying logically, like he's saying that he doesn't want to give advice until he's experienced this with someone else.
Chat roll, are you watching? Are you listening to this?
He has
This is
to know
fantastic.
that this would work before he would say it on national television, right?
I think people should weigh in on whether or not they think that he's used the anal beads on himself.
On a man, on
Yeah.
himself.
What's the
Text
truth
one
here?
if you believe he's used them on himself.
Alexa said I'm right.
No, for real, tweet us what you guys think because I want to know.
I think we all want to know.
Hashtag
He
anal
kind
beads.
of looks like, this is going to sound weird, but you know the cartoon, The Incredibles?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like the dad when he's still fat. Yeah. Like before Mr. Incredible gets in shape, he's wearing the same color, he has the same eyes.
So he's like the in shape Mr. Incredible.
Wait, can we talk about something for a second?
Mr. Incredible.
I thought he had one line that was funny when he pulled up in a hot tub.
I know, we forget all about that.
Yeah,
Is he walking around in wet pants?
the whole night?
think
But
he
he
might have
said something.
changed.
He said because I wanted to have a pool that not the other guys hadn't peed in. I thought that was kind of funny. I had to
Yeah.
give him that.
I like him, by the way. I'm just giving I like the guy.
And he confronted.
And he confronted a homeboy, Ryan.
Ryan.
That's the one who was like,
He didn't
"Who
come
are
at
you?"
him. He didn't come at him real strong, but props for even going at him.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only go up from
And
here.
he pulled him aside. He tried to do it in like a gracious
Yeah, he pulled
way.
him around the corner. That's true.
Hot tub car machine.
He was like,
Carpool.
I like both.
I like both. That's good.
All right, but we got to move on to let's change it up again with the dentist, Chris.
Cupcake. Love this guy.
That's my favorite guy.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to say.
He's a
About
Final Four. He's a Final Four.
He's definitely cute.
Lucy, you had an interesting fact about this cupcake. Please share.
It's from Burning Man. Those cupcakes are at Burning Man. Every year there's a fleet of like 12 of them.
There's a fleet of
Yes.
cupcakes.
Yes.
It's a baker's dozen.
It's a baker's dozen. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
So what about him that right off the bat we know he's top 4?
I mean, look at that
got
smile.
a good
Aside
shirt
from the
on, too.
teal color.
He's got a job that isn't fitness model, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
He seemed very eloquent. I liked his nerd humor. Like he seemed like he would like make a joke and then he'd kind of like laugh at it himself.
Yeah,
which
talk
was cute.
nerdy. Talk nerdy to me.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Oh, even the booth loves him.
I think
Two
yeah, he's
thumbs up.
really well rounded. He was like quirky and he
Yeah.
was like nice and articulate.
He could be a winner. He's a front runner for sure.
Maybe even
I think he's going to be the next Bachelor.
Thank
I
you.
don't
No,
think
I
he's going to
think
win.
Tanner is going to be the Bachelor. He might win. He might be runner up.
About 36 Greeks on the chat roll just said, this guy would make me turn gay, LOL.
Very well. All right, so we've got Joshua. Now, Joshua.
Well, should we talk about Chris?
Should we bring up Chris?
I think we should.
We have a history, slightly, I guess you could say.
I've never met him before, but Candid, if you remember, our co-host from yesteryear, she was part of the OG crew. That's her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
she used to talk about on the show.
Small world.
So if you go back to past episodes,
our first season covering it,
yeah.
So
what did she say? And what was the general like? What was she talking about? Why was she bringing it up on the show?
Because they were dating at the time, and so she was saying,
back.
Yeah, my boyfriend and I, whatever. Yeah, that's the boyfriend.
I was hoping you'd give us some like inside scoop on him. All right. Ask me out to prom and don't show up. That's
so
cool.
Many years ago.
All right, let's move on to Joshua.
38 or 31, the welder, he hugged Kaitlyn first.
Right. This guy's just... Who said it? Farmer Chris meets Sean Lowe?
Yeah, I will say the rose they showed him welding was freaking cool. I gotta hand him that. Yeah. That's awesome. I would put that in my house somewhere. That was kind of cool.
I don't remember him.
Can you remember he made that metal rose?
Did he make the painting? Who made the painting?
No, I don't know.
The frame.
The Chris Harrison on a Triceratops? Yeah, Triceratops, right?
Yeah.
That's great. No, this guy, but the fact that you mentioned that, Danny, that little touch, and we didn't even mention it after that. We'll see him.
Tricks up his sleeve.
Wait, this guy's from Idaho.
Yeah, it's from
Kuna.
Yeah.
Kuna, Idaho. Shout out. I'm from right next door to him.
How close is right next door?
Like 5 miles. He lives like 5 miles probably from my mom's house. My mom probably knows his family.
You can find that out?
Yeah, I'm gonna text my mom right now. What's his name again?
Bro, your mom's probably asleep.
Joshua.
I'm getting the scoop on Joshua.
At 1 in the morning. I love it.
Janice, answer your phone. And it's important.
Did we save the best for last? The next person, Ben Z.
He's
26.
Definitely one of my favorites. From San Jose. I know he's a fitness guy, and there's a little bit of knock on guys being fitness or CrossFit guys right away, but he didn't strike me as your typical CrossFit bro.
I wrote down cute and genuine.
Oh yeah, I like him.
He's a good-looking dude with a great smile.
Let's see.
I didn't write it down. I don't remember.
I just have saved the best for last.
A lot of them look the same.
It's his first
week.
San
Jose. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does he have a kid?
Probably.
Odds are, but this season,
No. I don't believe so. And see, people like his smile. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. There's just, this night is insane, and we just went through the limo rides.
And we didn't even get to see, like, when they call up their names at the end with the rose, because that's where it's like the second time where you hear their names.
I know we brought this up early. Do we slightly feel cheated?
I do.
Because it's like, okay, we've had all this build up, and now. Nothing.
Well, what did we expect? What did we expect was going to happen if we knew there was going to be 2 people? You knew they'd draw it out and make it special.
No, because in seasons past, we always get a 3-hour premiere, and we got a 2-hour premiere, and then an extra hour tomorrow.
Was that because of dancing?
Yes.
So what? It's going to take. What they're gonna have to fill a whole hour tomorrow with just announcing one person.
No, they're going to do. They're gonna announce which girl gets it, and then they're going to have the girl eliminate whatever guys. I'm sure.
Oh wow, that's an action-packed night.
Yeah. That's why I don't think there's gonna be a lot of people that go home. They don't have enough dates to fill all the episodes if half the guys bail.
There will be at least 1 or 2 guys that go home if they say that though.
Yeah.
That's.
I think a couple.
And that'd be okay.
Then they'll have the thing of Caitlyn being like, "Wow, I didn't think that guy was gonna leave. I was insecure now." Blah blah blah. They'll do something like that.
Can you imagine how late were you guys up the first night for that first rose ceremony?
Well, I was passed out by the fireplace at 7 a.m. and I was very worried that they were going to try to make it look like it was because I was drinking, but I wasn't drinking at all. But yeah, we saw, everyone in our season saw the sun come up first night.
And they have to do even more stuff, so I can only imagine it's probably pushing.
If you pay attention, you can see it when Chris comes out and does the other thing, the sun's slightly up.
Right.
Yeah. I saw that last season, I was like...
Yeah, like it's daytime. Yeah.
Well, because Chris had 30 people, remember?
Yeah,
so that's why it went extra long. So, any moments stand out afterwards before we move on to news and gossip?
I just want to talk about how they had those carefully crafted boxes with rose-shaped holes in them.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Whittled that thing.
And then Ryan M, of course,
probably the whittler from Idaho.
The guy who made the frame did it.
Yeah,
for sure.
And Ryan M throws the rose at the
pin. That was freaking funny.
Oh my God.
You brought up a good point. That rose, like...
That was a heavy rose. Yes. There's like a rock in there.
Yeah, what was going on with that thing?
Knocked over Caitlyn's picture.
Weighted roses, all said... awesome episode, guys. Honestly, before Danny, anything you want to chime in before we move on to newsy, gossipy stuff?
No. I just really hope it's Team Caitlyn. I don't want to watch a whole season.
We got predictions still. Don't worry. Don't show your cards just yet. All right.
Yeah, Mike, I showed my cards last year.
News and gossip. Kathy, you got anything for us today?
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
Okay, so let's talk about.
I mean, Chris was on last season of Dancing with the Stars. You know that more than I would.
Yes, actually, Chris was, and I'll probably talk to him tomorrow about if he's Team Caitlyn or Team Britt. But let's bring up the fact that you spoke with Chris Harrison, and was it a few weeks back?
Yeah, a few weeks back. Chris Harrison, Chris Soules, Trista Sutter, a bunch of people, but. Chris Harrison has his new book coming out, right?
Right.
No, it came out, and people said it's like the best book ever. It's getting great reviews.
He said he got help actually from Nicholas Sparks on writing the book.
It's getting like great reviews. I see it come across my Twitter feed. People are like, this is actually really good. I don't know if they expected it to not be great because it's too perfect for it to be a love story from like the love host, but.
Yeah, it was interesting to see the brand of him expanding as always.
Smart on his part. I'm surprised it took him 20 seasons to do it.
What I love the best was your time with Chris Harrison, Kathy, when you asked him Team Caitlyn or Team Britt, and he turned it around on you.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He asked me, he's like, well, what do you want? And I was like, oh, you're a true host. You're asking me, like, stop. Can you just...
What'd you say?
That's what I said. I was like, you're a host right now. Like, stop being in host mode. Like, you're turning it around.
Be a human, Chris!
Yeah.
Watch that first.
He has to be Switzerland.
What's that, Kathy?
He has to be Switzerland.
That's right.
To be Switzerland.
Well done, Chris Harrison.
I don't know if you guys saw, but Becca and Samantha and Michelle Money, and they were all in Fort Lauderdale watching together. Also, I have to say this: I follow Caitlyn on Snapchat. Her Snapchat story from last night. It was awesome. She was at the music awards with Britt. They're in a hotel room together the whole night, like ordering room service, dancing, having fun. But like, it was genuine. It wasn't staged. It wasn't. Do you guys follow her?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I was in Vegas yesterday too, so I was talking to Caitlyn a little bit, and
they were having so much fun together.
That just goes to show you, like, on the show they try to make it look like no one liked Britt, and Britt was fighting with everybody and this, that, and the other, and like Britt and Caitlyn clearly.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of social media is it's kind of given like the contestants from the show a voice of their own to be like, no, this girl is cool. She's my friend. She's not crazy or whatever it is that people say.
Dear God, can we talk about the picture of them two with Taylor Swift? Yes. Holy moly. You know what's funny is I was at home and I'm watching on Snapchat and I'm watching Caitlyn is like, oh my God, look, there's Taylor. And it was like 2 rows behind her. She hadn't taken a picture with her at this point, and then manifest destiny, like 45 minutes later they have a picture with the maximum #1 hottest girl in the world.
Everyone watches, like,
whoa, that's your #1?
She was
Taylor Swift.
No, that's Maxim named her the #1 hottest person of their top 100 for 2015.
Yeah, so with that said,
pretty dang.
No, what I'm not saying. I'm not saying. Okay, buttoning this up.
Her body in that outfit last night was insane.
She looked so tall. Yeah. She looked like those people on
She was head and literal shoulders above both Caitlyn and Britt.
True. But I wanted to button that with the fact about with Britt and these feelings that we have on social media. Get to know them. We've had Courtney Robertson on before, and people used to have just this opinion about her. Once you meet them, get to know these people. I mean, we have Lucy. Well, Brooks, I'm still on the fence on him, but I'm kidding. But I mean, what you see, I mean, get to know these people. Come watch our show. I'm serious. I love seeing this side of you, and we don't get to see all the sides of Britt, and I love that you get to talk about it. Thank you.
With any reality show, I feel like people are very quick to judge the edit that they see of people as the real deal, or like they think that it's.
And people don't realize like that's the producer's job. Like they're really, really good at it.
Yes.
They will do whatever they have to get the edit they want.
There's a show coming out. I think it's on about. It's like a scripted series about a show very similar to the Bachelor Bachelorette franchise, and the producer's side of it. It's like it follows the executive producer and the producer.
That's epic.
I forget what it's about.
They've been working on that one for a while. Was it someone from Bachelor that decided to write their own book about it?
I have no idea, but it's like I just remember seeing the promo for it, and it's like the girls like. The producer is feeding them alcohol. They're like, oh yeah, like this will take the edge off of it, and then she like asks her a question and they phrase it differently. Yeah,
chat roll, if you know the name of the show, let us know, because
Unreal is on Unreal.
Yeah.
Is that it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that premieres on the 20th. It's on Wednesday.
Look, how do you even
you know these?
Because I'm going to the premiere.
Thanks for the invite, bro.
Yeah.
I just confirmed today, you guys.
All right, let's move on to
fence.
some predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV
All right,
predictions.
now the time has come. We already know where you guys stand, but is it Team Britt or Team Caitlyn? I have to ask.
I'll go first. I think it's Team Caitlyn. There's 25 guys. I think they give an option for people to leave. I think 4 guys leave, and I think 3 guys leave. So I think we end up with 22 going for Caitlyn.
I'm going to say Team Caitlyn. 2 guys leave, and the rest of them stay.
I also think Team Caitlyn and 2 guys leave, but I don't think that's the end of it for Britt. I think she'll pop back in here and there for things. Maybe as just a confidant and like a trusted friend for Caitlyn, or maybe if a guy gets sent home, like she'll go after them. Some guys she felt like she had something with. I don't know. I just feel like it's not the end of of this.
I mean, it's never. We could see whoever it is, Britt or Caitlyn, on Bachelor in Paradise too. Like we don't know that.
That's
and
true.
they put so much time and effort and money into prepping these people to be the Bachelor and the Bachelorette, training, with trainers
Media
and
training.
eating the right things and getting their hair and their makeup perfect and their clothing and everything. Like they're not just gonna do all that and then toss her aside. Like they want to. They'll keep her around for something.
I mean, they're using them both to promote the show.
Yeah.
Regardless, so.
Well, wouldn't they know as well? Because they ended up casting the Bachelors competing for them where they fall. If they're Team Caitlyn or Team Britt, they kind of
The producers could have chosen who they wanted to actually be the Bachelorette because they can place whatever guys in the house that will go either way.
True.
Brooks, Team Caitlyn or Team Britt?
I mean, personally, I would be just quick judge. I would be Team Caitlyn, but from a producer standpoint, I think they're actually going to choose Britt.
Oh wow, why?
So I just think that comment from Chris Harrison is very revealing. So I think that with Britt, because she has such an amazing first impression and she's so engaging, that there may be more to that. And I think if you're considering viewership, people might get on board for that to be like, all right, well, I want to watch this train wreck, and then be pleasantly surprised at what happens with Britt. So that's why I'm going to go that way.
The arc.
They gave her the hero edit tonight, I felt like. A little bit.
Wow. That's
Wasn't that just for suspense and drama for tomorrow?
Now I'm in my head thinking who I was going with.
But I think that they did a poll on several websites at the end of last season, and while it seemed divided, I think it was like 75 for Caitlyn, 25 for Britt.
I think that's
as
probably,
far as fans go, and I think that they would risk losing a lot of viewers.
Yeah, and I think that's probably swayed to maybe like more 70-30 ish after tonight, maybe even 60-40. Still Team Caitlyn, but I think that Britt won some.
Very even after tonight.
Wow. Really? Okay.
I still think it's Caitlyn, but yeah, I think it's very even after tonight. People's opinions are different because they painted Britt in a different light than they did. They made her look whiny and fake and this, that, and the other on The Bachelor, but now they're making her look nice.
Well, and they did the same thing with Juan Pablo. Remember, they pushed Juan Pablo, and everyone was like, "Yeah, I love Juan Pablo," and I was like, "How did they even know who he is?" Like, he had such little screen time, but they did an amazing job. All of a sudden, America was like, "That's who we want. We want Pablo." They chose who they told them they want, So I think that might be the same case we're having now.
Staging at live events where they ask a random fan, "Who do you want to see?" and they're like, "Oh, Juan Pablo, he's so hot." What?
Everyone's like,
"Oh yeah." Totally.
It's like when they have like on a sitcom, they have the laugh, right? It cues you when you should be laughing. It's like the same thing, right? Like, well, if they're all responding Juan Pablo, maybe I want Juan Pablo.
All right, so chat roll, where do you fall on that? Guys, let us know, who is your pick, Caitlyn or Britt? We got to get out of here. So first off, a big round of applause for our very, very special guest. Brooks, where can they find you?
Probably best on Snapchat, Brooks-Forrester.
Not on Periscope anymore.
I'm not on Periscope, and very rarely on Instagram.
Yeah, I haven't posted on Instagram since Cinco de Mayo. I'm Snapchat now too.
And where can they find you?
ONTHELUCY.
Very funny.
Nice. And Cathy, about yourself?
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley, on Instagram at Cathy Kelley, and then on Dash Radio tomorrow for What the Francia, my friend and I talk about dating or not dating and life in general.
And Daniel J. Hoyt.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Danny Hoyt and on Snapchat at Danny Hoyt 47 because it's my favorite number in the world.
Nice. And Alexis, thank you for putting up with us. Where can they find you?
You can find me where all Alexis Torreses are sold at atorres890.
Fantastic. And you can find me at JC Rubio TV on Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope, and at Dancing with the Stars, Talking to Chris. So for the lovely Alexis, Lucy Aragon, Brooke Forrester, Cathy, Danny, I'm JC. See you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
No.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.